Coming up on this week's edition of Bulldog Broadcast,
we see how one group of students are giving back to their peers in need here at LCHS.
Then we take a look at the new requirements for students taking AP courses.
Next, we see the differences between our fellow dogs.
Today is September 9th, 2019, and Bulldog Broadcast starts right now.
Here at Las Cruces High School, a dog is someone determined and hardworking. A dog is someone that shows all of their school spirit. We come together to persevere through all obstacles that may stand in our way. Together as one, we stand strong.
Good morning, Bulldogs. I'm Persephone Awalusea.
And I'm Alicia Della O, and you're watching Bulldog Broadcast, here to enlighten, entertain, and educate.
This is our first show of the school year, and this week our theme is Strong We Stand.
As an LCHS student, we all help look out for one another. And one student group at LCHS is making sure no student is left undressed. Have you heard about Susie's Closet? It's not the Susie in your math class. It was started by the Key Club to help students who can't afford clothes. You don't have to worry about getting judged either. That's because you can go to your counselor if you want or need clothes. None of your friends have to know.
Hoping that it has made the lives of students that otherwise have a hard time getting decent clothing, and that they can do so in a manner where they get good clothes and it doesn't adversely affect the financial condition of their family. They can do so.
Interested? You can visit any of the counselors. You can even ask Miss Ranga if you see her in the hall. Wow, what a great way to give back to fellow peers.
Hey Alicia, are you taking any AP classes this year?
No, I'm not. Why?
Well, a big change is going to be implemented this year, involving who is required to take the AP test. Reporter Megan McGuire has the story.
You may or may not have been enrolled in an AP class. Before this year, you did not have to take the test even if you took the class. That all changed this August because Las Cruces High wants students to try their luck at the test.
Hi, this is Miss B. How may I help you?
If kids are committed to taking a test before the class begins, then there is a greater chance of them not only passing the class, but also passing the test.
Students have many questions following these changes. What if I just don't show up? Or what if I can't afford to take the test?
They did drop it, then there's no penalty if they had dropped it before the window. If a kid doesn't show up to take the AP test, there is a $40 fine that comes from College Board itself. So Las Cruces High doesn't get any of that money. It goes straight to the College Board. And then if a kid doesn't do well on their test, then there is no penalty for that. They just don't get the college credit.
If you qualify for free or reduced lunches, you can take the test for only $3. According to 2017 College Board data, over a span of 7 years, the number of passing New Mexico exams has been low. In 2010, only 4,373 exams were passed, and in 2017, approximately 6,028 exams were passed. Las Cruces High School senior Callie Hauser has some concerns about the new change.
Sometimes, your teacher isn't, they don't teach the style that you learn well with, and you don't learn anything. So what's the point in taking the test if you don't understand the concepts and stuff?
Callie is involved in FFA, dual credit, has a part-time job, and is taking 2 AP classes. She says with that load, it's hard not to get overwhelmed.
It'll be more stressful because kids are going to be trying to study and do well in all of their AP classes. And most AP students are taking multiple AP classes, so it's hard.
According to Ms. Ranga, Las Cruces High School is the first high school in the LCPS district to require their AP students to take the AP test. And although May seem far away, like Jacqueline Joyner Kersey once said, it is better to look ahead and prepare than to look back and regret. For Bulldog Broadcast, I am Megan McGuire.
Thanks, Megan. As Bulldogs, we support each other, and some of us are more fortunate than others, and we can't know by looking at someone what they're really going through.
This week, Xavier showed some Bulldogs how privileged their lives may be compared to others.
Step back if you're not in an AP class. Step forward if you own a car. So the first question is, step forward if you have more than 3 pairs of shoes. Step forward if you have more than 50 books at home. Step forward if you live with 2 parents. Step forward if you can speak more than 1 language. Step back if you were ever ashamed or embarrassed of your clothes, house, or car. Step forward if your parents ever encouraged you to attend college. Step back if you ever tried to change your appearance, behavior, or mannerisms to avoid being judged or ridiculed at school. Step back if you live with 1 parent. Step forward if you live with a parent with a college degree. Step forward if you were ever afraid of violence because of your race, ethnicity, gender, or sexuality. Step back if there's ever been a time if you didn't know you were going to eat that day. Now open your eyes and look around. Do you guys have anything to say about this experience? Throughout all the questions I asked, we can truly see the differences and similarities between one another. However, in the end, here at Las Cruces High School, when united, we can stand strong together.
Coming up after the break.
We see how the new interim superintendent of LCPS can help make our school district stronger.
And finally, we get an update on all of our fall sports.
Homecoming is like the start of a new year. So, it's kind of like the first game. We're here and we're with each other.
Going and getting something and taking initiative to do that. Supporting the school and being proud of the school and just what it is.
Getting involved and participating in spirit days and going to the game.
What each individual person brings for the school and all.
Owning up to what you do and being proud of what you do.
The integrity of a Bulldog. How much you're willing to do to get the job done.
Homecoming week starts today, Monday, September 9th. Today's theme is 60s, Tuesdays is 70s, Wednesdays is 80s, and Thursdays is 90s. And Friday is all out red and blue, so let's show some school spirit, dogs. Homecoming dance tickets are on sale up until this Friday the 13th. They are currently $10, but will be sold for $20 at the door this Saturday at 8 p.m. So get them now. You can buy yearbooks for $65 in room V107 or online. Personalizations can be made with Miss Cummings in V107 or online. If you didn't already know, our old superintendent, Dr. Ewing, resigned at the beginning of this school year.
Yes, and Dr. Karen Trujillo has stepped in to take his place. Let's send it over to Adelaide Olberding to give us more insight on that.
Tomorrow marks a big day for the Las Cruces Public Schools School District. Tomorrow, Dr. Karen Trujillo begins her first official day as interim superintendent. Hopefully this will be a breath of fresh air for the district.
I represent the group Enough. We are retired educators who have been concerned about what we keep hearing of what's happening within the district. We said it's enough. We keep hearing these horrible stories of what's happening in Las Cruces.
For close to 2 years, Las Cruces Public Schools appeared to be relatively happy with the board and its superintendent. They implemented many policies that received high praise, as well as a few that did not. However, on September 6, 2018, the board was forced to relocate almost 500 students from Columbia Elementary to Centennial High School following a severe mold problem that made students and teachers sick. Parents were getting angry, but it wasn't until February 19, 2019, that the board voted to completely demolish Columbia and rebuild a new location. Just after that, the group moved forward with the recall effort.
So when this all started, we had a board of 5 who we felt were not doing their job. We knew that the election was coming in November, so that 2 of them would need to reapply, so to speak, for their jobs. But that left 3 of them who would still have their jobs through 2021.
When asked about the recall, board member Flores told us this.
I thought that it would be settled by now. I thought that it would be taken care of over the summer by the Supreme Court. I don't agree with Judge Martin's decision that there were 2 issues that we should be recalled for. But ultimately, it is the Supreme Court will decide whenever it's ready, and we will, if they say that we should be recalled, then we will go with it.
In early August, Dr. Ewing was granted a raise of more than $5,300, but board members Maria Flores and Terry Dahlman abstained from the vote. Ewing got the raise, even while facing many lawsuits from disgruntled employees and many complaints about his spending of money on administrators.
So the money was just flying out of the district and not being centered on children.
According to the group Enough, the number of high-level administrators has increased more than 68% under Dr. Ewing. The group Enough still believes that this is an issue of board leadership.
The board has 1 employee, that is the superintendent. It is their job to monitor him. And so collectively we say the board is not doing what they're supposed to do.
A Las Cruces judge found probable cause that LCPS School Board violated the Open Meetings Act, as well as the Inspection of Public Records Act. After many scandals, and only 1 week after receiving a raise, Ewing shocked the city when he announced his resignation on August 13th. In his resignation letter, Ewing mentions that his reason for resignation, among many things, was the interference of the board in his ability to do his job, blaming mainly board members Maria Flores and Terry Dahlman.
Well, we think there was actual merit to his complaint. We thought so when we filed a recall.
However, a cloud of controversy still surrounds the board, even more so following Ewing's unexpected resignation. Despite all the debate, many people believe that Dr. Karen Trujillo is the fresh take that this district needs.
So right now I'm just in the model of getting to know everybody and figure out where best we can make investments to help our students.
Norris also has positive thoughts on the situation.
I would love to meet with Dr. Trujillo to find out where she stands, what she plans on doing with our district.
This resignation doesn't mean that things are over for the recall effort, however.
Just because the superintendent resigned and Ewing is gone doesn't mean that this recall isn't just as important as it was before.
When the Supreme Court says you are free to go forward with this recall, go and gather names, we are coming to your homes.
Even in the midst of all this controversy, Trujillo is excited about the prospect of leading our district.
So I think the interim status is only 1 year, so it's through June 30th of 2020. I'm hoping that I will have the opportunity to make that a more permanent situation, but again, that's up to the school board.
What we've done by allowing it to be an interim position is if we are recalled, then this would allow the next board to make a choice. And I think in the meantime, she's going to do such an incredible job that no one will want to let her go, no matter who's on the board at that time.
As this story progresses, things will only get more hectic. So stay involved with what's happening in your school district. Their job is to help you. So help them figure out how to do that. For Bulldog Broadcast, I'm Adelaide Oberding reporting.
Thanks, Adelaide. Are you planning on going to the homecoming game?
Yes, of course. I have to go show my school spirit and support our Bulldog football team. Speaking of sports, let's send it over to Jaleesa Galaz, who has updates on all fall sports.
Welcome back, Bulldogs. I'm Jaleesa Galas, and you're watching Bulldog Sports. Volleyball went out in the Franklin tournament where they came out in 5th place. Then last Tuesday they started their season against Franklin, falling short 3-0. Then on Friday they played Coronado, losing 3-1. Their next game will be against Santa Teresa on Saturday. Good luck, ladies. Boys soccer kicked off their season a couple weeks ago against Carlsbad where they fell short 5-2. They redeemed themselves in a game against Roswell, winning 4-3. Then they traveled down to Santa Teresa, coming out victorious 3-1. They will be taking on Artesia on Friday at 5. Go get 'em, boys. Girls soccer recently started off their season against Carlsbad where they fell short 4-0. They played Valencia, coming out on top 6-2. Then they beat Santa Teresa 10-0. The girls will be playing Chaparral on Thursday at 6. We wish you the best of luck. Football traveled up to Albuquerque to start off their season. They came out victorious in a game against Manzano, winning 55-37. They traveled up there again in a game against El Dorado where they won 48-14. They will be playing Rio Rancho this Saturday. It is also our homecoming game and I hope to see everybody out in the student section. Over the summer, a former Bulldog member, Andrew Guerrero, passed away. He played football and was class of 2013. My condolences to family and friends. Once a dog, always a dog. Well, that's all I have for you this week, dogs. I'm Jaleesa Galas, and this has been Bulldog Sports.
Well, that's all the news we have for this week. I'm Persephone Avalusea.
And I'm Alicia Della O. I hope you all enjoyed this week's show, and we'll see you right back here soon.